Hello and welcome everyone again into another video, and this is probably the last video until I come back from New York, because I'm heading to New York for the the New York Go Fest. So I took some time to go through the Team Cup that we have this week after Thursday, and it's Fantasy Cup, the Ultra League edition. So what's Fancy Cup? Fancy Cup is basically the cup that starts Thursday, August the 17th, which is in 2 days from the recording, and end 1 week after, 3 p.m. Central Time. Pokemon must be 2500, so it's an Ultra League format, and only Dragon, Steel, and Fairy type Pokemon are allowed. And there are 2 Pokemon that are banned. Is Stunfisk and Cobalion. I don't know how Registeel managed to dodge the ban, but all I know is like, okay, it's banned. I took this stuff from LeakDuck. He has like a much more simpler version of the Niantic blog, and I actually check his website all the time. So make sure to check his website. So as always, I divide this cup into good leads, good safe swaps, and generals. But in this cup I don't have that, because I believe there are like 5-10 Pokemons that are good. That's it. So I divide them into kinda OP and also good. Kinda OP are the Pokemon that you will see everywhere. Also good stuff that you will see whenever you swap something, and then someone will hard counter you all the way. So kinda OP, as I said, the Pokemon that you will see everywhere all the time, every time. Also good Pokemons that people will be using here and there. So if you look at the pvpoke ranking, it says that Registeel is number 1, Shadow Registeel is number 2. That's fake, don't use it. Shadow Registeel is just a bad IV Registeel. Tapu Fini is number 2. So Flygon, the Shadow, is number 3. Why Flygon exists? Well, technically Flygon do neutral damage to Tapu Fini and takes a neutral damage from Tapu Fini. So it has much shot earth power, so 2 earth power technically KOs everything from the Shadow. And it's supposed to hard wall Registeel or something. Slurpuff, why Slurpuff is good? Slurpuff has flamethrower, so it's technically a fairy that can hit steel. Genesect, Burn. Why Burn? Because it has a better play against Registeel. But to be honest, in this cup you could either use either of the Genesects, but the Burn is the best one. The Chill isn't bad. I think the Chill is actually good in the Ultra League Halloween, so that's where you can use it. The second best one in this cup is the Electric one, because it's kind of neutral. Like, you hit the Steel with the Electric move, and you hit the Water, which is the Tapu Fini, with Electric move, which is a neutral as well. We hit the Tapu Fini with super effective move. And you can hit the Giratinas with an Ice move. So that's low-key where you can use any of them. So as I said, the best one is the fire one. The electric one is not bad. The ice one is the best one in the Ultra League Halloween Cup, but it's usable here. It's not the worst. Solgaleo, you can use this Pokemon as an anti-steal because it has a Fire Fang fast move, and it's like basically an Nidoqueen because it has Psychic Fang, where you can just debuff the opponent and just be farming them all the way down. A-Slash is a usable Pokemon. I wouldn't use it. And the Pokemons that you will see everyone is using: Registeel, Escavalier, Tapu Fini, Giratina, Shadow Claw. Don't run Dragon Breath. Dragon Breath is actually horrible here. Shadow Claw, Giratina hits everything. And Galarian Weezing. Why Galarian Weezing? Because you can hit the Giratina with Brutal Swing, and you can hit the Registeel with Overheat. So you can go with either. It's actually one of the best code breakers in this cup. You can one-shot the Escav even if it's debuffed. You struggle a bit against Tapu Fini. So pretty much that's all you will see. I didn't want to go like deep dive into this cup because I don't want to confuse you in a cup that's supposed to be simple, just as simple as that. So yeah, now we talked about the Pokemon. Let's talk about the top meta teams that you will guys see around. So if you go to pvpoke and you want to build a team around Giratina, it will suggest using Registeel and Tapu Fini. So is this the best team? Technically, this is the best team. You have the strongest 3 Pokemons in this cup. You are weak to Lucario, you are weak to Escav in the lead, but you have 2 answers in the back. This team, the safe swap is Tapu Fini. And I saw this team a lot last time Fantasy Cup was around. But as you guys know, in this channel, we always popularize something. We always recommend something called top 3 pvpoke, where like you can just choose number 1, 2, 3 and pvpoke on pvpoke, and you will get yourself a nice team. Like, look at that: Registeel, Tapu Fini, Shadow, Flygon. But this team struggle against Shadowclaw Giratina. So what do we do? Well, as I said, there is some tips you always find on this channel. That's why you subscribed. And if you're watching, you haven't subscribed, this is why you will subscribe. So Registeel in this cup, you don't run Focus Blast. You run Zap Cannon, Flash Cannon. Zap Cannon for the Tapu Finis. You run Flash Cannon for Giratina, okay? For the Ice, for the A-Slash. You don't need Focus Blast. Anything that takes damage from Focus Blast, Zap Cannon can do that. Anywhere and everything else, like in fact, Flash Cannon Registeel flips the Giratina matchup, so that's something to be aware of. And to be honest, the Flash Cannon Registeel, so if you don't have a Zap Cannon Registeel, you can go Flash Cannon, Focus Blast. But Flash Cannon is a must in this cup. You can hit the opposing Registeel with Zap if you have Zap. If you don't have Zap, Focus Blast is super effective. But you can just go straight Zap if you don't have Focus Blast and fish for the debuff. Once you get the debuff, trust me, Zap almost does as much as a Focus Blast would do. I mean, these like probably the two that you will see the most. But last time I tried it, I actually had an interesting twist I did with the team. I didn't run Giratina Origin, Altered. I actually ran Giratina Altered. And if you guys are looking for a video to watch, look up the video. This is the best Fantasy Cup team, Pokemon Go PvP. Why did I use Giratina Altered? Giratina Altered can hit Registeel, like 2 Shadow Balls can beat Registeel. You tank the Flash Cannon from Reggie pretty comfortably. You can hit the Tapu Fini with a hard-hitting charge move, unlike the Giratina Altered where you have Shadow Sneak, which is a horrible charge move. So this is why I like Giratina Altered, especially in this cup. In fact, I've never liked Giratina Altered Origin in any cup in Ultra League, and this is the only cup where Giratina Origin was actually a better version to use. If you're slow in swap, use Giratina Altered. If you are not slow in swap, you can use Giratina Origin. Again, Giratina Origin is actually good in this cup, and I prefer it more because it's much faster and it's more fun to use since it's not as slow as Giratina Altered. A team that was popularized by Zionic last time, no Registeel, but 3 accessible Pokemons. You can look it up on Zionic channel. 22 wins in a row, insane Fantasy Cup team. I wouldn't say this is an insane Fantasy Cup team, but I would say this is the best accessible Fantasy Cup team. Giratina Origin, Shadow Flygon. You need the Shadow Flygon to hit the Registeel, by the way. Like Earth Power does a lot. You can just Earth Power and dip. You can tank a move then dip, up to you. But yeah, Shadow, Earth Power does a lot. Giratina, so good, and it hits harder. With Melmetal, you need the double Iron Bash move because there are so many fades. If you don't want to run, Rock Slide, you can actually go get away with double Iron Bash superpower. I remember Home Slice Henry was running a very interesting team as well. Where's the Henry team? Yeah, this is the Henry team. Lucario is the ultimate closer in the Ultra League Fantasy Cup. He was rocking Lucario as a safe swap, or as an answer to those people who would safe swapping Registeel, because technically with this team, people always, let's say if they are weak to Registeel in the lead, they will go to their own Registeel, and then you punish that with a Lucario. I think he run double nuke because Power Up Punch doesn't do you anything. You can check the Home Slice Henry video. Lucario is the one that is mentioned right there. So yeah. There's another team, by the way. If you like Core Breakers, this is not a team. These are like 4 insanely good Core Breakers. In fact, they have a solid play in this cup. So we have Galarian Weezing. You can literally just chip and then swap out, go to Iscav, or go to Slurbuff, and then you can save this as a counter swap. Slurbuff, again, it's decent because it has Flamethrower to hit the steel, and you have a Fairy move to hit the dragons. So yeah. Thank you so much everyone for watching, and sorry there won't be that many videos on the channel because, as I said, I am heading to New York for GoFest and I will be back Monday night. So from this video until Monday, there might be some videos here and there, and probably recorded from phone. That's it. That's all you will get. So yeah, good luck with your climb. If you haven't hit legend, good luck with your legend push. And if you need anything, leave me in the comment section below, and I will be glad to answer all your questions. This is the end of the video, and see you next week. Peace.